Hello, this is Mark Lackey with Atlanta Housing Source at Solid Source Realty, and coming today with some tips for buyers. I get questions all the time about buying a home, whether you're a first-time home buyer or a seasoned buyer that's bought multiple homes. A lot of questions come up. One I frequently am asked is about closing costs. What they are, what are prepaids, how much should they come up to in total cost, and so I wanted to discuss that a little bit today. Closing costs are the costs associated with the closing of the loan. They include things such as the attorney's fees for their work. There's costs associated with the title search for the check on the title. There's other filing fees that you've got to have when you've got to file the taxes and all for taking out a mortgage. There's a lot of different fees that are involved there. There's also different types of fees called prepaids, and prepaids are and think about it like this: when you're buying a home, you may not remember, but if you're not closing exactly on the first of the month, you may have prepaid interest because they bill you out on the first. There may be a prepaid cost that they would bill you out for a portion of the taxes that they're going to keep in escrow, for a portion of the homeowner's fees that they're going to keep in escrow. So there's different kinds of things that they're going to collect up front so that there's funds available to meet the needs of the interest, the insurance, and the taxes, and those are called prepaids. So what are all those, what do they really add up to? So when you go to the closing table, all those costs come up and they're shown up on what's called the HUD-1, the settlement statement. And on that statement, they'll break down all the detail. And it's real important for you to review that and understand what it is. And it's going to show up also in your good faith estimate. And on there, they'll show you different cases of what the interest would be. And you can find out if you close on the end of the month versus the middle of the month, what your prepaid interest would be and so forth. And depending on what time of the year you close as to what your tax liability that they're going to put in escrow would be. Those costs, though, on a general rule of thumb, come to anywhere between 3 and 3.5% of the mortgage amount and of the purchase price. So if you're buying a $100,000 home, think about it that you're going to need $300 to $3,500 worth of closing costs. If you're buying a $200,000 home, you could use upwards of $700 to $8,500 or so in closing costs. So that'll give you some tips and information on what closing costs are. Remember, we've got tips on our website. We've got a buyer's guide that'll give you a lot more answers, and we have a lot of videos that have similar answers too. Feel free to check us out at www.atlantahousingsource.com, or you can reach me at 404-886-8789. This is Mark Lackey coming to you with your tips on buying from Atlanta Housing Source at Solid Source Realty. Thank you and have a good day.